third one will be as well. Hawks control through the neutral zone. Now into the zone. Amelia, quick shot on net. Rebound. That squirts wide. Flyers pick it up and come back the other way. Hawks right back in. Doesn't make it through. They try to regroup, but the pass is off the stick Amelia, and he's forced behind the net. Morgan Groundwater on the chase. Amelia has to chip it up. Almost gives it away. Hawks being pressured right away. Flyers are going to want to have a good start. Last game, getting shut out. They will not be happy with that. You can bet they'll be coming full tilt. Dexter McLaughlin gets his first save, gloves that down. So look for some flying hard action by the Flyers early. Hawks will settle in and hopefully take it to them with their three strong lines. Flyers win the draw. Quick shot's blocked. It's in front of the net. As the Flyers end up with it right in the front of the net. Look for a little reverse shot that just goes wide. Hawks come back the other way. It's dump and chase time. Hawks trying to get to it as Roy pushes the Hawk off the puck now. Hawks behind the net. They battle. Here comes McPherson. McPherson drops it right back. That's intercepted. Flyers back the other way. And Big Gannett almost able to lay the body there as he was cutting through the middle. Here comes McPherson. He's back after 2 games. He'll be ready to go for sure. Robichaud tries to intercept. Flyers make that pass through the neutral zone, something they had a hard time doing last game. Now deep in the zone. Hawks come back for some support. Robichaud trickles it out, but not out as Belanger able to keep it in. Hawks being a lot of pressure in that deep in their zone here is again. Flyers going all out here. Agnew now, little breathing room. He moves it over. That's up and out. And now the Hawks unable to make the pass through the neutral zone as they get a regroup here. Flyers D to D. Up to the red. Chipped in. Gautreau on pressure of Gannett. Gannett tries to shake him the other way. Agnew has to come in for support. Agnew being pressured. Flyers are moving and grooving here. Hawks are going to have to be careful. Shots blocked. Nice little hit by Robichaud as he throws the body and ends up with the puck. Tries to center it. And that gets blocked by Demien Roy of the Flyers. Flyers get it in deep. But that'll be an icing.
Yeah, Flyers are off to a better start than last game. I'm sure they got the message and want to get off to a faster start here today.
Yeah, you can bet after you get blown out 5-0 in your home arena, you probably did a little bit of skating and you're ready to go this game for sure.
No, I think they're a better team than what they showed the other day.
100%. Last year we seen the same thing. Both teams traded big wins against each other. Flyers chip it in. They got a guy on it. Good job by St. Clair to bump and roll as he comes out. Gains center and gets it in deep. He goes for a change. Cormier is going to be first on it. Cormier knocks it back behind the net. Arsenault is looking for a centering pass to Bodie Esterbrooks. A call-up. That puck gets shuffled all the way through. And now on the chase, as the Hawks try to keep it in. Off the shin pads. And now Flyers able to settle things down, get it out. They do a quick shot on net. There's a rebound as Dexter knocked it down, but it bounced straight out in front. Hawks had to be careful. Flyers again with it. Seeing the Flyers doing a lot what the Hawks did last game. Moving the puck through the neutral zone, getting it deep, and then going on the attack. McPherson gets rubbed out by Kitchen there at center ice. And now the Hawks going to shoot it in and change up a couple of their members. Agnew now back. He's going to pass behind the net. It's off the stick of Richard, though. Now the Flyers looking for an option out front. He didn't like it, so he settles things down. There's a hit, but he didn't have the puck, so that's going to be an interference as he cross-checked him.
Yeah, so Jamie, we got a couple of lineup notes. So Sidek Manette not in the lineup today. And we have Brody Esterbrook's called up as an affiliate today. And McPherson's in today after a 2-game absence with injury. And we also have Cam Martin that's out with injury, and we can give it a little bit of news about that later on.
Yeah, so Cam Martin, he was missing from our last game. We weren't sure exactly how long he'd be out for or what happened. He had an injury to his back that's going to keep him out for a minimum of 4 weeks before he can get on the ice. So he's a big body we'll be missing.
Yeah, so get well soon, Cam. Get back out here and help the boys.
But the affiliates have come up. They're holding their own. Hawks are doing good so far. Fournette, we're unsure why he's sitting. We'll get more news on that a little bit later.
Yeah, no, we didn't have any information about that before the game, so.
Hawks doing a good job trying to keep it in. Eventually the puck gets out. They'll regroup. Agnew enters the zone. He's going to try to make a little move there. Thought he was going to go to the net, but he gets it in deep. Esterbrook's has that poked off his stick. Last game, we've seen the Flyers not get too many shots on net. Even in the dump-ins now, you could see they tried to fire it straight on net, looking for some rebounds as they drive the net for a little bit more opportunities than last game. Here comes Cormier all the way through the zone. He's going to cut to the outside, and he's going to stay there as he didn't like what he's seen out front. Settle things down, get us to the point. Now from the point, St. Clair back to Cormier, who tried to feed it to Esterbrook's in front of the net. Esterbrook's now behind the net to Cormier, right back to him. Stick check last second. Here's St. Clair walking right into a quick shot from the point. That's through everybody. Hawks did a great job the last couple games, getting bodies in front of the net and getting that puck to the point. We're seeing it again here. As they're on the power play looking for a shot, that goes off the goalie and out of play.
A couple good looks there, making the goalies work. Got 8 seconds left in the Hawks power play.
One last go here for the Hawks. We got Cormier, Arsenault, and Esterbrook's up front. Millier and Richard on the back end. Millier now moves it down to Arsenault. Team's down to even strength. He moves it straight out, looking for something. So he tried to squeak it in the middle of the ice. Flyers. Little shift passing up through the neutral zone. Millier does a great job cutting some space away. And now Arsenault's got a lane. And he was about to get hit, but lays the boom himself. That goes off a rafter extension, and the ref blows it down here, but he's making a call for a slash at the same time. So Flyers going to go to the power play this time as looks like Richard gets called for slashing. Hawks win the draw. Get it the length of the ice. Kitchen now back with it behind the net. Boudreaux trying to angle his guy. His guy goes down as he does a toe pick there in the corner. Flyers just looking a little discombobulated in the back end here as they're trying to get the puck moved up the ice. Finally chipped in by Dag. Eli Gaudette, first one on it. He tries to chip it out, but that doesn't quite make it. They go D to D. And now Dion's going to try to force it through. And that's wrapped around the boards and out. And this is what McPherson's good at as he goes on the chase. Going to try to angle here and throw the body. Got to be careful as he threw the knee out there last second. Flyers through the neutral zone. Oh, they try to make a little pass, and that gets in the skates. Trying to get a little too fancy instead of getting in deep. They're on the power play, however, as Gaudette does a great job stepping up, taking away that pass from Gautreau. Bastrash now in the middle of the ice. He gets over the net, shoots it right on. Rebound picked up. As again, Gaudette's now taken down, no call. As he shaked off his defender for a half a second, got pulled down, no call, and now the Flyers throw it towards the net and miss. Eventually, Hawks turn around and blast it. They're going to get a change. Flyers are going to have 10 seconds to make something happen before they go back to 5-on-5. Big hit by Casey. Throws Melanson off the puck. And he's able to get it down the ice. And that should do it. Team's now back to 5-on-5 as Richard comes across the ice. Here's a shot right in the middle of the ice for Cornette Patterson. Just a straight-up giveaway. And that misses the mark, and that's going to be called off as we thought that was an icing. Robinson now behind the net. He gets it over to St. Clair. St. Clair stretch pass all the way up to Patterson. Patterson now, he's got Cormier coming on with him. Patterson tries to pass it off the boards to himself. Now a shot deflected straight on. Millier now jumps in, holds that into the zone. Big body Millier, he holds it over to Cormier. Cormier gets stripped of the puck by Roy. Flyers trying to get it out here, but stick attacks back and forth. Puck stays in. Arsenault trying to get himself some room. Over to Millier. Millier is going to get it down low. Now he looks for someone in front of the net. He's bumped off. Now Brody Esterbrook's back to the D. Over to Millier. Millier looking for something. He gets it down low. Hawks doing a great job cycling the puck once again as they go back and forth, up and down. Looking for an opening. Millier now puts it right on. Nobody in front of the net. LeValance sees that and steers to the side. Now behind that, quick shot. That misses everybody as it jumps off Cormier's stick. Now Richard, he's got some traffic. That doesn't miss by much. Great pressure here as it's 5-on-5 by the Hawks as they're moving it back and forth. Looking for a lane here. Millier back over. Shot right on. Again, a little bit too high. And nobody in front, but Flyer is able to finally get it out of the zone, but Hawks are going back the other way here. Quick little move at the last second is causes an offside, and we'll settle things down.
Well, some good 5-on-5 pressure there following the penalty kill, so the Hawks seem to be waking up a little bit here.
Yeah, they definitely sense the Flyers coming on strong, and they've settled in here as they've dominated that last shift with great play. Agnew dumps it off. Nice little pass to Boudreaux. Boudreaux comes in. He's met by 3 Flyers as soon as he enters the zone. And here comes Kean Dag trying to get around. Puck's knocked off by Lee at the last second. Great job. As you can bet Kean Dag's looking for a better start than he had last game. They're going to need a lot from him, Belanger, and the rest of the crew as they try to hold off this Hawks team for the 3rd game. Little hit by McPherson. Morgan tries to pass it over to Kitchen. Kitchen just misses that, and he's forced to dump it in. That's going to be icing. First 40 seconds of the game, we had 2 shots, 1 by each team. Flyers came out strong. They've settled down a little bit more. The Hawks are definitely dominating in the shots. Nothing crazy on net, but they're definitely getting pucks towards the net. And eventually one will pop off a rebound, and hopefully they can put the first one in the back of the net. Flyers win the draw, but they try to skate through a couple players, and that gets knocked off. And now Refuse with his big body. He did a great job the last few games using his physicality to his strength. Robinson tries to force it right on, and then he makes a cross check. Ref didn't call that one. Very similar to the first one that was called against us. That one's out of the zone. Hawks knock it down, try to get it in right away. Here they come again. Refuse. Stick check last second. Still got the puck, though. It's looking to go out front. No, that almost tips off their own player and in the net. Watch behind you. St. Clair didn't see the player Smith coming off the bench. That's well offside. He's going to have to clear, and that's icing called off. Estabrooks chips it in. He's on the attack there. Now Millier comes across. He's looking for a little physicality here. Can he get it? There it is. Here he comes. He does his thing. Flyers get support, though, as now everybody's in the mix. Hawks come out with it. Great little dump pass. Cormier, one to beat. Oh, stick check last second by Roy. Followed up by the Hawks as they get a quick little shot on net. LeBlanc had to be quick there with the pad as he kicked that one out. Quick little shot from a sharp angle. And again, as they come around the net, the Hawks fire and everything starting to look a lot like last game here. Penalty being called against the Flyers. And the Hawks will go back to the power play. Well, it looks like the ref, Cormier, thought he was getting a penalty. He went to the penalty box. Thought the ref may have evened up the score there. I guess that's a good sign when you think you're getting the penalty, but you don't. Now Cormier, who was going to the box, wins the draw. And the Hawks begin the second power play of the game. Kitchen off the glass and down the ice. McLaughlin back there to stop it. Millier pressured. See, holds him off to give it to Arsenault. Arsenault now up to Richard. Richard tries to dump it over to Estabrooks. Goes off a skate and it's offside. Flyers win the draw. They send it down into the zone. First on it is Siri. Back to support his Agnew as he moves it through the neutral zone and into the zone, and that's knocked right back out by the Flyers. Quick little move. Great job by Gadet. Seen that twice now as two Flyers have tried to hit our Hawks players, but the Hawks staying strong and getting the better of them. McPherson now enters the zone. He tries a little pass to the middle of the ice, goes off a skate. Now back to that quick shot. Nobody in front. Rebound. Oh, that doesn't miss by much off the side of the net. And now they walk through Casey, trying to walk out to the middle. Minor screen. That's knocked down and out of the zone. He's got to be careful. Dexter's back to play it. He'll fire it off the glass and around. Ian Dagg now. He reverses it back in. Dieppe for the Hawks, going to stop behind the net, settle things down. 25 seconds to go here on the power play. Dieppe now has got some room to skate. He moves it up. Boudreau now. Down on the wing, tries to... There's a shot and scores as Boudreau able to hold it off as he tries to sneak in on the wing. Sends it to the middle. And boom, knocked in just like that by Casey. And the Hawks on the power play go up 1-0. Now, Robichaud works it on the boards. He's got some support. Refuse now able to knock it out. That's going to be offside if the Flyers touch it. So Hawks able to have some room to play it. Here's Refuse now, tries to get around his defender. Flyers back the other way. They get it in deep, go on the chase. Dexter leaves it. That's passed up to Robinson, but just out of reach. And Flyers able to get control of it, but not in the zone. As Robichaud now. St. Omer does a great job, but Robichaud moves it up to Refuse. Refuse in deep. Cornette now on the chase. As he lays out, Gautreau comes flying across. Gautreau turned around and Cornette Patterson was right there. Groundwater now for the Flyers. Chips it in right on goal. That gets deflected last second by Melia. Melia lays the boom as he goes for the puck. Now the Flyers on top of it. Melia, got to watch it there as he cross-checks right across the back. As they bump and grind in the corner. Puck squirting around. Dagg now, he's trying to get room for a quick shot. You know he wants one. Now the Hawks are going to be called for something as the ref let a lot go in that last little exchange. He calls a slashing. Well, another game with lots of penalties. Seems to be the theme between these two teams. Although it's back and forth, not skewed at this point. Hawks back on the penalty kill. They've done a great job so far this year. As Belanger looking his way in, looking for a quick shot. Deflects wide. Now he's in the corner. Cadet now, he's got some room to turn around. He doesn't get all of it. Now Kitchen has to move quick to pass not right on there as Dion can't handle it. Dagg now, stop and go. He goes over to Kitchen. Kitchen's got some room. Quick shot, deflects down, misses the net. Dion's first on it though, as he gets it behind the net. Flyers doing a great job moving their guys around, trying to get possession of this puck. And again, Hawks unable to get it. They blocked that shot though, and able to get it down the net. Oh, Alexandre almost bobbles that one as he was looking up ice maybe to see what was available for a pass. Almost deflects off his stick and into the net. Flyers now through the neutral zone. That's offside. Draw one by the Flyers. Damien didn't like what he's seen. He tried to go around. The pass is off the shin pads. Casey again. He's got the first goal. He drives it towards the net. There was a rebound, but Boudreau gets in a little too deep. Wasn't at the top of the crease looking for a rebound. That's kept in by Dupuy. Dupuy now over to Smith. Smith's going to fire it. That's deflected up and over the net. 40 seconds to go here. Hawks able to get it down the ice, and that should kill off the remainder of their penalty. Boudreau first on it. He's hit, and no call. Oh, late call. There was no call as we looked at both refs, but the far ref calls a cross-checking at the last second. There's actually 1 second to go here in the Moncton penalty kill. "27 seconds to go here in the first period. Your Hawks are up 1-0. 4-on-4 for 1 second. Then the Hawks will give it the last go here before the period's over. Draw is important. Hawks were first on it. Flyers able to turn and fire it. 15 seconds to go here as Refuse now turns and fires, almost deflects off their own defender and in again. And that'll do it here as the Hawks, after the first, take a 1-0 lead. Here we go to the third. 1-0 Hawks. Let's see what we have in store this 20 minutes. Behind the net, centering pass. Misses the mark. Here come the Flyers. The other way is that is offside. Well, folks, we've had a little bit of technical difficulty filming inside this barn arena. We apologize for that, but nonetheless, we'll do our best. D-to-D pass, Agnew. Didn't like his options, turns back the other way. Richard now finds Boudreau streaking up the middle. Boudreau tries to sneak his way through 2 D-man, but doesn't make it through. Here comes Daigle. Stick checked right at the line. Hawks get it into the zone. McPherson, second effort. Oh, right front, quick shot, goal! As McPherson does a great job with a late poke check to keep that puck in the zone and able to get it back out front. As the Hawks, Boudreau puts it to the back of the net, and the Hawks, just like that, after what the Flyers would like to have had a better start, but we'll take that goal as the Hawks able to capitalize and get up with a little bit of a safety marker on that second goal. Behind the net, Arsenault back to Estabrooks. Estabrooks able to keep it in. Arsenault back to the point as Robinson's got to be careful. He's under lots of duress, but Hawks able to keep it in back the net. Lots of chopping action at the puck. Flyers come out with it. Hawks right back on their stick. They miss the mark, and that's going to be an icing call. So just a quick note here, our Hawks player Mason Millier undressed now. He's not back as he's going to take the rest of the period off to get himself healthier for the next game. So lots of crazy action here at the first of the year as players going down left and right here. Hawks able to flip that one out of the zone. Cormier, Arsenault. As Guedet up there trying to hold off any Flyers from having any momentum. That one forces a offside. Well, after 5 periods of play, the Flyers unable to find themselves on the scoreboard. You can bet that's pretty frustrating. We'll see if they work together as a team here to try to get that elusive first goal, or if they get more independent, start playing a little bit individually. This Hawks team doing a great job working as a collective unit. Good job there as Guedet comes in to hold that. Another job by Cornette Patterson, who backed up. Guedet comes in, just giving the Flyers no room to move that puck. Saint-Onge for the Flyers. He moves it back to Roy. Roy to Gautreau. Gautreau looking for Siri. Siri's bumped by Agnew, and Agnew takes the puck. Now behind the net, Agnew overskates it, has to send it back. Guedet now got to be careful as pressure's put on by Gautreau. Chipped up the boards. Refuse. Gets two hands to the back of the neck by Daggle. Brushes off, however, and Flyers regrouping in their own zone. They unable to communicate well there. Refuse ends up with the puck. He waits for changing Hawks to get back in the ice. Now McPherson, Refuse in the corner, a 4-on-4 battle in the corner. Refuse works it. Hawk player comes in, moves it out to the point. St. Clair's got to be quick. As Bastrash was right on him, he gets it in deep. Flyers, again, unable to make that pass to the neutral zone. St. Clair, he chips it out. He had to be careful. Now Boudreau, quick shot right into the belly. As the Hawks continue their dominance. Hawks will be off for the remainder of this weekend and all through next weekend as the HMB Cup comes into town. All the Atlantic provinces will go head-to-head to see which province will take it in all the different age groups. We got multiple players in our lineup taking part in that this year. I believe we have Cormier,
Arsenault, and Frenette.
From our Hawks for the 2011 group. And for our 2012 group, we have Richford, St. Clair, Agnew, Patterson, McPherson, and Robichaud. All our first years. Able to make that cut. So we'll see how they all do going into next weekend. But for now, we got 15 minutes to go in this game. As McPherson moves it up the ice, he's got some room to skate. He tries to throw that on net as Boudreau comes in right behind him. Flyers unable to clear as they just turned around and fired that puck. Easily kept in by Gaudette now. Robinson comes in, gets it down low. The Hawks doing a great job. Arsenault back to Robinson. Robinson to McPherson. Sorry, Arsenault. Arsenault, quick shot, rebound there. Esterbrook turns and fires. That's thrown in the corner. Gaudette holds it in. Quick shot towards net. Misses everybody. Cormier is first on it on the other side. Cormier back to Robinson. Robinson tries to feed it through everybody. A little bit of Plinko action there as the puck bounces all over and ends up in the far corner. D just off the mark as they're forced to regroup. Hawks send it right back in. Bouncing puck. Dion trying to settle it down as Esterbrook tries to put on a little pressure. That puck squirts out of the zone and Gaudette puts it deep right back in. Hawks go for a change. Hawks again in there quick, applying pressure, able to keep that puck in momentarily. Bastrash now trying to find Daggle streaking through the middle, but that's cut off quick, and Robichaud back the other way. That's icing. I believe the shot's going into the third period. We're 24-8. Hawks continuing their dominance on the shot clock and on the score clock. There's a shot from the point, deflected. Now, a battle ensues in the corner as 5 members take part. Shot out front. Easily picked up by the Hawks. Streaking was Robichaud, but he thought he was going to go off. Well, it was called offside. He put on the brakes there as he needed that pass a little bit earlier. And he would have been off to the races. Refuse wins that draw cleanly. Robinson right back in the zone. Patterson on the attack. Hawks doing a great job applying pressure, keeping this puck in the zone. Shot from the point, blocked down. Right back in. St. Clair sends it. Patterson now tries to get up to St. Clair. St. Clair right back down low. That goes off the ref and kept it along the side of the boards. Eventually flicked up and out of play. The big bad boy Refuse lines up on the draw. And he trips Groundwater right off the draw. We get a cross check right to the head by Kitchen on Cornette Patterson, and that's going to draw a penalty. As Kitchen gets a little too aggressive with a two-hand across the side of Jay's head. Hawks will go back on the power play. Round two, Refuse Groundwater. Refuse gets the better of this one. Cadet now over to Agnew. Agnew's got a little room to look around. He sends it back in deep. Robichaud behind the net. He's under some pressure. Refuse comes in to help out. Refuse trying to work it. He's tied up. And Refuse looks like he's going to be called as Saint-Onge seemed to be lying on the puck. They were just trying to work that puck out. But they're going to even things up here. The refs have a little talk. But Refuse is going to go to the box. 4-on-4 action. So it looks like there's a 4-minute power play call, but they did not call a 4-minute on Kitchen, which is the odd part of this. Jay Cornette Patterson was down on the ground. Kitchen lays a two-hand across his head, but that's a 2-minute as they battle in the corner there. What could have been a delay of game ends up in a 4-minute. So this is what you get when you play amateur hockey. The funny part is both refs got together to talk about it. Still unable to get that one right. That's icing. There's been lots of calls back and forth this game. Lots of 2-minute calls here and there for both teams, like I said. But to throw a 4-minute call after what we just seen there, I could see them even that up. But 4-minute. The good news is the Hawks have done a great job killing off all their penalties overall this year. And we're on 4-on-4 for at least another minute and 5 seconds. So lots of room out here as the Hawks do a great job working this puck. They try to squeak that one through. Big hit, and it's called by St. Clair as the ref again is going to call a head contact. It looks like we're back to mini-mites. No hitting. If I was a coach, I would call for an explanation now. This is crazy. Looks like the Flyers have the deeper pockets as they seem to find the restroom and slip them a couple hundies. We got a game now, folks. This game brought to you by the White and Black Stripes. Whoever pays more gets the better rate. All right, here we go as the Flyers try to set up on this 4-on-3. Hawks, great little shake and bake, odd man rush. And they got to be careful as that was going to be offside as it hit a Flyers player last second. McPherson comes in as he tries to angle and comes at his defender perfectly, and Gaudette's going to have chance to turn and fire. McPherson is going to be first down the ice. Him and the goalie now playing it. Goalie plays it up good as Dag, 1-on-2, tries to get around Gaudette. As they've done a great job keeping he and Dag to the outside. Siri with a quick shot from the high slot. Dexter easily smothers that. So after all the penalties for the Hawks, or power play for the Hawks settles down, we're left with a 5-on-3 here for the Flyers for at least a minute and 1 second. The clock hasn't started yet. Very late clock, at least 5-6 seconds. Quick shot, clubbed down by McLaughlin. As 5 seconds was missed there. Looks like the refs are going over to maybe talk it over. No, they're not. So not only do they get the 5-on-3, but they get an extra 5 seconds to 6 seconds to go with it. Here's Roy from the point. Quick shot right on. So that 4 minute now into the 2 minute mark. Shot knocked down, deflected out by the Hawks. It's Cormier now. He stays high. As we're in a 5-on-3, Belanger trying to sneak behind the defender now. Here comes Siri. They're leaning on their heavyweights here on this 5-on-3. Hawks going to try to stay patient in that triangle formation. Cormier's got to come up quick. Quick shot. Finds the back of the net as nobody's seen anything. 14 seconds to go on that first penalty. So it looks like Kitchen's going to get that one, assisted by Siri and the men in stripes. Although you won't see that on the scoreboard or score sheet. Timeout going to be called here by the Flyers. You're going to bet they're going to keep their top guys on here to try to even things up. So it's official. The Flyers do call that timeout. They're going to keep their big guns on. Hawks able to win the draw. They aren't able to come out with the puck. Flyers trying to set something up quick as they gain control through the neutral zone. Belanger tries to feed it quick shot. Dexter makes a good save off his far pad as the Hawks come up with the puck and send it all the way down the ice, though. Cormier trying to put on a little pressure, force a bad pass. That one's off the mark, so he does his job so far. That one makes it through to Belanger as Robinson unable to stick with his man, but a diving effort. Able to shake that one off the stick of Belanger for half a second. Now to the point, Kitchen. Back to Belanger. Lange gets through Robinson. He works it out front. That's a little bit too far behind Sirius. He looked to net that one. Santonge knocked down. And Arsenault able to knock that out. 30 seconds to go here. Flyers in control as they move through the zone. Robinson doesn't get an active stick, and Siri has enough room to double post that one in. Just like that, we're 2-on-2 game as that 4-minute call with 24 seconds left seemed to be the difference. Well, I can guarantee you this. We're going to get an easy call here because I guarantee the refs don't like what they just did, so I expect a call here to happen for us in our favor. We'll see what happens, but I think they know they messed up on that one. And there it is. I'm telling you, I'm not Houdini. I'm not even a genie. But you just know when you know. If you've been around this sport long enough, you know when the refs screw up. And they realize it now, and that's why we get a call right away.
Seems to be some confusion there. There was a long discussion between the refs and now with the players. I don't know if we're negotiating or...
They're getting a head contact call. We'll see if this one's a 4-minute because the last head contact was a 4-minute. You can see the Flyers coach right there wanting to talk to the ref.
I think I did see 4 fingers up, but we'll see what ends up on the board.
I get the ref's frustration here as he's upset at probably the call that just happened, but at the same time, he lucked out with 2 great calls 2 seconds ago that ended up tying the game for him. So his hands are in the air, but that's how it goes. So Melanson in for 4 minutes. Let's see if the Hawks can take advantage. Hawks get possession off the draw, back to the point. Richard now. We don't want things to be too cute here. Get it to the point, fire it in, go for rebounds. Good job! Big hit as that was clean but big as 2 hands come to the chest. Hawk player, Patterson trying to move. Hawks are going to be called again. Oh, got to be careful here. That Dexter was coming to the net. The Flyers are getting called for another penalty. You want to give that puck away, and that shot down the ice. I don't know what happened here. This game getting crazy in the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, caught him in front of the net there for the cross check.
So just like that, a 5-on-3 for the Flyers. A 5-on-3 right back again for the Hawks. It's almost like the refs aren't sure what to do. Now, mind you, a penalty is a penalty, but these 4-minute calls have been coming out of nowhere. Be a real difference maker in a game. Well, let's see if the Hawks can do the same thing the Flyers done. They definitely they got their chance. They gotta make do now. Can't complain about the 5-on-3 earlier if you can't capitalize on this 5-on-3 here. So 5-on-3 for at least 2 minutes, barring a goal. There's a win by the Hawks to control it. That's what they want. Hawks got lots of room to move that puck with a 5-on-3. They don't want to get too cute like that. Trying to move it into the feet of defenders. You got to get this to the point and smash it. You got 2 extra bodies on the ice. Get people in front of that net and fire it. Again, a little bit too late on the draw, trying to get a little bit too much ice. Just trickle that one through and let the work be done in front of the net. Hawks able to win the draw. D to D. Lots of room, but nobody there. And that's deflected wide. Hawks again controlling this play. Got to be looking for lanes to walk out like this. And there's the puck. It just squeezes through everybody. That's got to get back to the point as you're being pressured. Everybody's low. Puck's almost off the mark. Got to be careful here. Giveaway. And a 5-on-3. And here come the good save by McLaughlin to save the day, as that could have been a dagger. Hawks able to come out with it. Got to get that wide, as that's going to be offside, but not called offside. It looked offside. Here they come as they're behind the net. 48 seconds here to go in the 5-on-3. Lots of room down low, but nobody there. Here's a chance shot. No, nobody shoots. Trying to get too cute here. I'm not liking it. Getting frustrated watching this. Get it to the point. Get a shot on net. Get the players there. Running out of time on this 5-on-3. Shoot the puck, and he misses the net. 25 to go. Everybody's all at the blue line here. And the puck's knocked down as they are unable to even get a shot on net here. Cormier now, 5 seconds to go. First power play is going to be done. A shot misses everybody. There's now a 5-on-4 for 1:08. Hawks moving towards the net. Quick shot. One shot will do it. Estabrooks close as he hits the side of the net. That one's fanned on outside the zone. They got to regroup. Quick little pass off the marker. Less than a minute to go on this power play. This was a great opportunity. Pressure being applied by the Flyers. Some room to skate here for St. Clair. St. Clair's being pressed. And now the Hawks got to be careful as he gets hammered. Late call as 2 hands across the head there. And back to the 5-on-3 we go, but Cormier takes a big hit there by Dag. Other than the hands being up high, I must say that that hit was clean, but once you get the hands up high across the head, that's what called the 4 on that one. However, they're back to the 5-on-3. Here's a shot right from the point. Nobody in front to screen the goalie, and the goalie able to get a blocker sandwich on that one. 10 seconds to go. There's a shot, doesn't get through. High stick, penalty not called, right in the bread basket. As the Hawks do everything they can except get that puck cleanly on net with a little bit of distraction in front of the net. 2 seconds to go. before they're back to 5-on-4. Just like our dad. 5-on-4. Patterson. That skips off his stick, unable to get it in deep. Here's Refuse. Refuse unable to hold it. Good job by Cadet as he holds that in. Working his way to the middle. Oh. Jay Cornett Patterson was working his way up, so nobody was low for the pass. And that squeaks through as they get fresh bodies on. Moncton trying to stretch past that. Can't control it. Now it's a battle outside the line. As time ticks off the clock here. Right back in. Hawks got to keep this simple here as they're looking for stretch passes. Just skate what you're given and move that pass right now. The pass is not moved, but they got possession as they move in. Now in the corner. They move out with it. Here's a chance. Nobody in front. Blocked. Up high. As the D are finding shin pads. Will reverse back in. Cycling not happen for the Hawks. They can't maintain possession and puck goes down the ice. Hawks did a great job throughout the first 2.5 periods of this game, cycling pucks down low, and now on the power play, when the game matters most, getting a little too fancy here, not doing the ABCs of the game. Looks like the energy is coming a little bit more from the Flyers after tying this game up. Hawks trying to get a pass through, deflected. Flyers able to clear the zone again. Hawks missing lots of bodies, like we said. Fournette out. Martin out. Millier out. Here comes Cormier. Cormier to St. Clair. St. Clair back to Arsenault. St. Clair now. Got to get bodies in front of the net. There's Arsenault for a rebound. Esterbrook's trying to hold it in. That gets knocked out. As less than a minute to go in this second. 5-on-3, now 5-on-4. The Hawks just not getting enough shots on net here. Just fire that puck towards the net. Get a tip or there's a shot, but it's blocked. Flyers doing at least a great job blocking shots in the lane. Here's a goofy looking shot, but it creates a rebound. Oh, open net for Arsenault. Misses the net. And it all started with Arsenault again, fans on it. All started with a little skippity-doo-dah shot from the point. 14 seconds to go. The Hawks have had a 5-on-3 a couple times, then a big 4-minute penalty. They're down to 5 seconds, unable to capitalize on any of that. Arsenault has the shot deflect as the Flyers do an amazing job killing off a 5-on-3 and then a 4-minute minor to keep themselves in this game with 33 seconds to go. The Hawks just unable to capitalize on those power play opportunities. And we're locked at a 2-2 score. Total puck domination by your Hawks. The scoreboard just doesn't say otherwise. Twenty seconds to go here in the game. Puck's bouncing everywhere. They just try to shovel that towards the net. Flyers. As a last attempt up the ice here as the puck bounces and Not sure what's being called here. 7 seconds to go. Looks like the puck's going to come outside. Puck's going to come all the way down. Maybe a high stick. So one last big draw here. Draw one by the Hawks. Great job there. They turn around and fire it back to the point, but out. And that'll do it. As the ref can't stop getting involved. We had a very good battle, and he's throwing out 2 players instead of just letting them have their little beat for a half a second. Well, folks, if you just joined us in the third period, you got a dandy doodle there. There might have been more penalty minutes than shots in the game. The refs again find their way into a game, and we've seen ourselves a 2-2 battle. So the Hawks still undefeated in this season. However, we're not sure what's happening here.
5 minutes, 5-minute overtime.
We may not be over here. So I thought the game was over, but we might have a 5-minute overtime. Well, he just threw 2 players out of the game, and now we're in overtime. McLaughlin's ready, though. He's in the net. He's already stretching. He wants this win bad. 3-on-3 action by the looks of it, folks. Holy moly! Oh! All right, folks. 5-minute 3-on-3 action. Players to look out for on the Flyers. The Wheel King Dag. Watch out for Arsenault to have a clean shot. We talked about a shot earlier. Control is key. Control is key in 3-on-3. Hawks maintain control here as they make a stretch pass. But that's off the marker, and now the Flyers maintain possession. Great job as they knock it off the stick. It's bouncing around. As 2-on-1, they're going to need some support. Arsenault backs off as Cormier goes in. Looking for possession. Puck's left right there. The puck ends up on the sticks of the Hawks. The Hawks, Arsenault didn't like what he sees as one goes for a change. They maintain possession as they change it up here. Gaudette, Cormier, Arsenault enter the zone looking for something. Didn't force it. Gaudette, nice move. There's Cormier. Quick shot blocked. Oh, great job. And now it might be a 2-on-1, but no. Gaudette gets back. He had to just pop that out of the zone. And now the coaches call for the forwards. As Boudreau, oh, watch out. Fans on that. Gaudette now trying to get Cormier some time to get off as they get some fresh bodies on. We got Casey, Boudreau, and Gaudette on the ice now. As here's some room for Boudreau. Oh, it's offside as Casey just squeaked in there too soon. 3:09 to go. 3-on-3 action. The puck has been on the stick of the Hawks for the majority, if not all. Hawks win the draw. Valuable possessionist Casey is back. Would have liked to have seen St. Clair sneak up the wing here for that pass. Nonetheless, they regroup. Little chip in. That's going to draw a face-off in the zone. Not quite halfway through this 5-on-5. Or sorry, 5-minute overtime. New bodies out there for the Hawks. Let's see what they can do. Oh, this time the Flyers able to win, but big old Refuse able to get to that puck first. Valuable possession. He's stick checked by Bastrash. They fight it off, though. A little pass to McPherson. McPherson tries to get it back to Refuse. Now it's a battle. There's McPherson. Almost had it on his stick for a quick shot. McPherson now. He's got some room to walk in. He's going to go upstairs. Oh, and it's the outside of the net. We thought it was top shelf. He's got some room. He's just going to skate circles. Nice little move there. He puts it over to Refuse. Refuse. He's got some lane to work the middle. It's closed off very quickly. And here's Refuse with a chance right on net. And now Hayden's got to get on the attack. And that puck, he might be a little tired, but he's trying to put on the pressure. He gets a little pressure. He's trying to get possession now. He's got to hold off 2 defenders. As Arsenault was a little late getting in there to help that tired guy. That's knocked right down the ice. Quick chance for Dexter to go all the way up. Oh, here's a chance for Corbin to call it offside. Oh, let's go back to the video replay on that one. I don't know what should have happened there. You could see that that pass could have been made up real quickly, but at the same time, Arsenault has some speed. Great attempt. Got to get on that puck quickly. Cormier. Groundwater now looking for the stretch pass across. That's taken away, but given away. Here's Roy now. Roy tries to wheel and deal. He's in. Quick pass. Oh! Here's a chance. Here you go. Up play looking for some rebound. Quick shot. Goal! And the Hawks win it in overtime. Well, folks, if you're going to watch this game again, just start it from about the 10-minute mark left in the third period and on. What a game by both teams. Flyers showed their resistance by coming back and battling, and at the end, holding them off for a little bit. And then the ultimate 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime. What an epic battle. Well, folks, we'll see after the Thanksgiving mark as the Hawks will have their first home opener. So until then, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.